to today's pitch event, the Web3 Startup Pitch, our September edition. Today, again, we are very happy to be joined with 4 interesting and amazing startups that will present their projects here. Before we jump into the session, let me quickly introduce the agenda for today. So I will do a short introduction about our company, the Blockchain Founders Group, and then it will follow on by the startup pitches by the 4 teams and also the judges that joined me today. And afterward, we will present you the top 2 teams, and then that's it for today. Okay, before we move forward with the main event, I would like to quickly introduce you about Blockchain Founders Group, or BFG. Slide. So my name is Albert. I'm program manager at the Blockchain Founders Group. I'm joined today with Melissa, my colleague, and together we'll have a very exciting pitch event. Briefly about Blockchain Founders Group, we are a company builder and a startup accelerator with a strong European root, and we are based in Germany. We founded BFG to identify the best Web3 founders before they built their MVP. To date, we have portfolio consists of more than 30 plus blockchain companies, and so far we have given financial support for many founder teams in the early stage Web3 business model. Within the program, we have an incubator and startup accelerator where we turn blockchain ideas into companies within a short amount of time. And so far, we have more than 50 plus participants. The program lasted for 12 weeks, and we have a global focus with 100% fully remote and international approach. So the BFG Fin has been founded and initiated by the executive team, or POD, and executive partners combine many expertise, including regulatory framework, proven entrepreneurship, academical background, as well as VC and PE investment. We are also supported by our executive team who combine many years of experience in the financial sector, business, as well as consulting, working closely with various startups, corporate companies, as well as ensuring smooth regulatory framework for our startup teams. Moving forward, the BFG company is run by the core team. These are the people that run the day-to-day and help the startup teams with our portfolio companies. We have so far kickstarted more than 15 plus teams through our incubator and accelerator program. All right. Moving forward, I'm very happy today to be joined by our 2 amazing judges today. We have Owen and Kivansa. Without further ado, I would let you guys to introduce yourself here. Owen, please.
Sure. Hi, everyone. Happy to be here. My name's Owen McCall. I'm originally from Vancouver, Canada, but I've been based in Switzerland for the last 9 years or so. I got into crypto and blockchain actually via academia first. So I focused my master thesis on some of the legal questions around tokenization and crypto. And then I started working in the Swiss crypto valley. It was a nice time to graduate and jump into this ecosystem here. Worked in marketing, communications, business development, all that kind of stuff. Currently, I'm heading up the marketing and communications department in Swiss Quants. We're based in Zurich, and we're a leading provider of finance and advisory software, working with banks, wealth managers, capital markets players. And we actually do quite a bit of quant consulting for crypto companies as well, working with a number of the biggest crypto exchanges in particular. So happy to be here, excited to learn more about the startups.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Owen. Kivansa?
Hi, I'm Kivansa. I'm based in London. I head the team at Outlier Ventures, portfolio fundraising and structuring. And prior to that, I come from traditional finance background, so investment banking, private equity, and Web2 venture capital. Pleased to be here. Thank you.
Thank you both. We will look forward to your comments after every startup pitch. Now I will hand over to Melissa to introduce the startups pitching today.
Thanks, Albert. So today we have 4 of the startups with us. So the first up would be Team Safechain, a self-custody neobank that works like a bank to enable cross-border and cross-chain transactions. So next we do have Team Protocol, a project that empowers brands to build native and seamless online communities on websites and apps. Third, we have Team Department. They are aiming to build the future of brand engagement using tech-enabled products to allow for different experiences and ecosystems. And last but not least, we have OX KYC, an on-chain identity verification software for bot detection and sanctions screening. So each of these teams will be given 6 minutes to pitch and will immediately face 5 minutes of question and answer with our judges. They will first take questions, and then we will open up the floor to the audience if time permits. So each of these startups will be evaluated on four criteria by the judges. First would be their market potential. The startup will be judged based on whether they have identified a genuine area of interest in the Web3 space and whether their proposed project is effective in addressing it. Next, technical feasibility. The startup will be judged on how well it integrates blockchain technology into its project and whether the technology used is a relatively novel application. Third, the scalability of their business models. The startup will be judged on how scalable their business model and growth plans are from a regional to a global level. And lastly, the strength of the founding team. The judges will be evaluating the team with their educational background and past work experiences. Are they well equipped and confident to deliver the project? So without further ado, let's kickstart the pitching and welcome Team Safechain. Igor, do you want to share your screen?
Yeah, please unblock.
Oh, sure.
Hi, my name is Igor Khmel, so I'm CEO and the co-founder of Safechain. So my background, I came to crypto basically back in 2012, and I got my first BTC from Brian Armstrong. I was one of the early customers, and then I basically activated the account in 2016. And before that, I became like head of innovation at Sberbank. I graduated from Stanford Business School, worked in McKinsey, Citadel. So since 2016, I'm doing mostly blockchain stuff, and I did big ICO in 2017 for 70,000 Ether. Out of my company, there was a spin-off of the company called Matter Labs ZK Sync. So the core engineers were my former foundation. And basically, I'm a big fan of bank as a service, and during my career tried to rebuild banks. I used to be the head of innovation of Sberbank, and this is basically Safechain. It's the way how the banks needs to be disrupted, I believe. So Safechain is a cross-border payment service provider powered by Web3. And we are aggregated from Techstars, Plug and Play. Techstars were free in Dublin and London. We are based 40% in Bay Area, 40% in Ukraine, 20% in Mexico, and right now Stanford Blockchain Accelerator, aggregated from Stanford MBA 2011. So the problem we're solving is kind of common financial inclusiveness bottlenecks. So it's because of bank account, many people don't have bank account because too much complexities with compliance. And Swift creates a lot of problem because it's slow and get delays because of old school correspondent bank systems. And many countries, they have capital control, which is easier to go through via crypto. But there is parallel forex exchange rates in emerging economies such as in Argentina, and there are two exchange rates in the country, and crypto can benefit the better exchange rates. Last mile, and in general instability in the currency and inflation. So all these things basically can be treated with architecture where there is non-custodial wallet in the middle and a stable coin combined with the local crypto ramps, so we can move money between countries without like basically using Swift and having USDC and USDT on the back. So basically, Safechain is making toolkit for permissioned architecture to make this happen. So we are building two pieces. One is SafeX, which is a self-custody account for stable coins with digital BankEx. It's a tool. It's also can be used as a neobank. So we have plans to sell this as B2B and also like to sell as B2C in Latin American market. And second tool is Rep Hub. So basically to make the system successful, we need most competitive and the cheapest in the world ramps in different countries. And our internal model is to make the ramps under 1%. and if it's possible, subsidize with forex rate, so make remittances free between countries. So these two tools are like our core. So Savix, which is the first tool, it's already built in alpha and we are releasing to beta right now. It's basically a mobile application where only stable coins, and right now it's built on Polygon, but we have like also other chains integrating, and it supports money transfer by email, gas-free transactions, so subsidized gas fees, and free top-up up to $1,000 per month. It's MPC wallet with keyless recovery, so users don't need to deal with seed phrase. So in terms of compliance, it works in the way there is like Savix in the middle, and there are payment gateways in each country. We integrated already with Stripe in the US, and we're integrating 4 ramps in Latin America. And wallet is needed in order to basically make, instead of like one cross-border transaction, make 2 domestic. So it's much easier in terms of compliance in many countries. So basically, users are benefiting from remittances, and merchants benefits for new payment gateways and new ways of payment. We got 7,000 waitlist, $5 customer acquisition cost for B2C, and we got 20 million in pipeline of transactions for B2B for mHub. 65 countries waitlist, mostly user interest coming from Latin America and from Sub-Saharan Africa. So we have many inquiries from there, both retail and B2B. So our go-to-market plan is to go for B2B. So we have inquiries from remittance companies and want to offer them like embedded product for their users, like digital dollar card, digital account, USD account, and cross-border without SWIFT. So the competition is coming from on the payment provider side, mostly from like the companies such as Currency Cloud was acquired by Visa. It's in London, Tunes. On the crypto side, it's Gnosis and Stellar, and some newcomers like Apoco Zulu. So the main difference that we're permissionless, so it's open system, and that's why we have more flexibilities. And our UX for the wallet, it's a Web2 UX for Web3 wallet, which makes it much more easy to use to people that never deal with crypto. So this is our roadmap. We are starting from right now. We are finalizing our wallet or checking account, then waiting a card up to $2,000. We can do like virtual prepared card without KYC, and then finalizing Web Hub, and then adding other features such as like integrated US bank account, partner insurance companies, and API release. So the team is, as I said, 40% Ukraine, 40% Bay Area, and my co-founder and CTO, he's my classmate from Moscow Institute of Physics Technology. We have talented designers like Coca-Cola, head of LATAM, the guy who launched Groupon Latin America, and we have a very talented group of engineers in Ukraine working with us, who's led also by my classmate. I won Ukrainian Computer Science Olympiad when I was in school. Yeah, our mission is to become global payment service platform for Web3 based borderless banking with more than 100 million users, and we believe it's a future for CBDC and stable coins, which requires new type of banking. Yeah, we're raising 2.5 mil pre-seed, or basically a safe cap and token board.
Thanks very much. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah,
thank you.
Thank you. This is the last slide. Thank you, guys.
Thanks very much for that. Owen, Jvansa will move into the Q&A now, where we have 5 minutes to ask Igor questions about Safechain. Please proceed.
Maybe just to follow on the last slide about the fundraising, have you raised any funds before? And if so, how much and from whom?
Yeah, we got funding from Techstars. It's Dublin, and some number of angels. Right now, we have commitments from our labs, our launch. We have also basically strong interest in Tesla, so we're choosing what chain to go through. They're basically asking for like exclusivity for 6 months. We have interest from Polygon chain to co-invest. So basically, we're looking for the lead investor. And we got to the investment committee final stage with Chain Reaction. It's Angel Syndicate in Boston.
Understood. And did I hear that correctly, that you're currently at Stanford Blockchain Accelerator? are you currently
yeah.
part of the batch?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was Stanford MBA 2011, the first Ukrainian citizen who go to Stanford Business School. So we're part of this batch.
Okay. Would you be able to elaborate a little bit more on traction?
Yeah. So. So first we were focused on the application itself, consumer application, and we were building. The original plan was to build Twitter, right, crypto crowd around who want to get like free RAMs and move money between countries. And we got it that we can quickly like grow this up to like, we already got like 7,000 emails, Twitter followers, and all that. But we cannot like charge those people too much, so we need to go with premium products. So we decided to, and the market basically requires us to get cash positive as soon as possible. So we start to explore B2B, and on B2B we found less competition and more transaction volumes. So on B2B side, we got like right now 5 or 6 inquiries from different remittances companies, especially from Nigeria, Ghana, Senegal, Turkey, Argentina. So those guys, usually the countries where there is hyperinflation and their clients are looking for dollar accounts, dollar cards. And we also got inquiry from some companies that don't want to use SWIFT. So there is like online casino in London that just want to get paid from like Latin America, and they need like our combination of local RAMs and wallets. So right now we believe this B2B is better consumer kind of go to market, and with this B2B clients we have like in our pipeline waiting for the get launch, like these clients will generate 20 million transaction volume per month, so we can run with them.
Okay. You already have 20 million transaction volume, or you are
we're not launched we're not launched yet. To get launched we need about 500K. And we right now we're building this relationship with many domestic hubs where we kind of become alternative for SWIFT. Yeah? So where it's similar to Visa acquired currency cloud, and the Visa has the product called B2B Connect for B2B enterprises. It's built on Fabric on permission chain. We're pretty much doing the same thing, but on permissionless chain with stable coins. So it's very similar to Visa B2B.
And on the on-ramp side, are you in each country integrating with local banks, or how does that look like?
We usually not. Usually it's very difficult to integrate with the banks, so we integrated with payment ramps. And each country that has like payment ramps, like for instance, it's Zero Hedge in the US, or Circle. Stripe, Stripe provided direct. There is Coive, there is Kilby, there is like Transfero in Brazil, register in Switzerland. So each country has like domestic, and usually the best way is real-time payment system on the back end, account-to-account transactions. So to avoid rails, to avoid SWIFT, to avoid cards, it's free and instant inside of the country.
Okay, got
Thanks
you.
for
Thank
the questions. We do have time for one last question.
I think Ivansa covered pretty comprehensively some great ones. I'm wondering more on the technical side. Igor, could you talk to us a little bit about how you can offer this recovery option while remaining non-custodial?
Yeah, sure. It was my favorite thing for the first stage. So yeah, so basically initially we planned to use like some providers, but then understand it's technology, like core technology for us, and we want to have like better user experience. So we build this ourselves. We're using like some libraries existing on the markets. So basically, there are 3 shares: one on the mobile device, one of our backend of the service, and one on the recovery center, which is KMS of AWS. And user has 2 passwords: one to backend, one to the recovery center. And the keys are generated on the private key are generated on the user device and get split to 3 shares. One stays on the phone, and those 2 encrypted and uploaded to backend and to a recovery center. And user creates separate password to backend the recovery center, and the key, basically original key, got destroyed. So if the user lost the phone, which is the biggest risk, then he basically installed the application, log into the server, downloads your share B, and then log into again to recovery center, download share C, and replicate the private key and create again the shares and uploading them. So kind of erasing the previous. So this is exactly how a recovery center works, and nobody has the password to KMS except for user. So we want to integrate here biometric because the user can forget this password if not using often. Yeah, but basically it's make stable, and for users to just that he can download the private key if he wants, but we don't recommend that, so not to get like exposed. So we recommend to keep it there, and we don't expect him to know how the blockchain works, how the gas fee, because subsidize the gas fee for them. It's just for transactions and just 2 passwords. So this is the.
All right,
Great.
Thank you very much. We will now move on to the next team.
Thank you, guys.
Protocol. Thanks so much for that, Igor. So Howie, can I get you to share your screen? Yeah.
Is my screen on?
Yeah, looks good.
Thank you, everyone. I'm Howie, founder of Protocol. Protocol, we are in power of the brands, even everyone here in the room and every maybe portfolios in our ventures. We are helping all the brands to build native social assets directly onto their product, and also prepare for the integration of the third-party cookies for the future marketing strategy and leveraging the Web3 technology. So the problem that we are resolving for brands is that currently, no brands, like if you're not building a social platform, basically you don't really own your social asset, which means your community is not your social asset because they are the social asset of the social platform. So that's why that every time you build a product, you always try to build a fan page and then send to all the users which come to check your website, your product. So let us know this. So basically, there's a problem that we are resolving. We are helping all the brands to build native social assets directly onto their product. And the second problem that we're resolving is basically everyone now, if you are building something on network, the declaration of third-party cookies on the browser will definitely be an issue for everyone, and especially for the digital media and e-commerce, because they use the third-party cookies to do the cross-site tracking in their entire market strategy. So how do we resolve that? We create a Web3 lobby for brands. It's a social layer that can directly embed and build on every product natively, and then which means the user can directly share their comment, ask questions, and engage with each other with people with the same interest onto their product. And then we use the dashboard to help the brand to manage all the conversation and create a more successful community onto their product. And then in the end, because everyone uses a crypto wallet to engage, which means we can leverage the on-chain data to help the brands to do to have to build the alternative of some cookies with a GDPR complaint and then the cross-site tracking tool. So how does it work? Basically, we can directly see a demo. So I'm just checking again. Can everyone see my screen now? Okay, so basically, Web3 Plus is a leading tech media platform, leading tech media in Taiwan. So this post actually is an announcement they write for us and for the integration about why they use our product onto their entire platform. So it's our client wrote this article for us. And as you can see, this article says that the entire platform now is using Web3 lobby, which is made by Protocol. And how does it work? You can see that here, there's a Web3 lobby. And as a user, if I go to this article, I check this article, I can go to the lobby, and then I can use my crypto wallet to log into the lobby. And then I will see everyone here who also visit this website, who also visit this article and share their comment, ask questions. And basically, it's just like what you see on Discord or on Reddit, but now it's directly happen on our client's product, which means I'm still using their product. I'm not leaving their product and be directed to any other place. And the best part is with the integration build, the brand can have something like this in the dashboard. They can easily manage all the conversation from their communities, and then to do just like what moderator usually do in the Discord. And so it's a very good place for them to manage all the conversation. But the most important part is when the users engage with their crypto wallet, it basically means that they can now know which active address are the users. So with all these lists, you can see here, these are the active address, and this data will be available for the enterprise to understand their user. You can see data like this. They are all NFT collections inside the user's wallet, their company's wallet, which means everything like this can be seen as an attribute and for the enterprise to use and analyze as a Web3 persona for their future marketing strategy. And what's more, because the enterprise already get the users, the communities, crypto wallet, they can also do further things like we can airdrop them. Like if I read this article, I can airdrop our user about the records, and then the entire reading journey will be something I can use for the future marketing, and also like I can airdrop some coupons if I want to do some offline marketing. So that's the biggest benefit that we create for our client. So let's back to here. So to summary, the value proposition that we're building is first we help the brands to build native social asset onto their product, and then we help them to build the GDPR compliant user tracking tool, and we also help them to improve all the engagement and SEO. Because once the user start leaving the comment onto their product, basically everything the user will stay longer onto their product. So everything about the SEO engagement will just increase. So that's what we do. And we are very much focusing on bringing Web2 users to the solution and to these features. So basically, if a user don't have crypto wallet, they can log in with Google. So basically, they don't need to learn anything about Web3. Even the grandma can use our product. So we have a very good traction over the past 3 months. So the month-over-month active login traction is 62, and then the registered enterprise over the past 3 months is the MON growth is 53%. So currently we already have over 500 active lobbies around the world. And if you search now on Google about Web3 lobby or Web3 chat, you will find that we are on the top. We have a client in US and Singapore and even Google. And we are also working with basically 3 of the top media like in Taiwan, which totally have 10 million across. So this is our pricing plan. So you can see that what we are building is actually a free enterprise is a freemium SaaS. For SME,
hi, Howie.
Okay.
I have to jump in at this point. Yeah, to let you know to wrap up. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just really quick, how confident are you in the GDPR compliance, especially within the European market? Some of the regimes are very stringent. France, Austria, even like identifier numbers can run afoul of this. Do you have like strong legal opinions on this? Do you have?
Yeah, basically we work very closely with the legal terms, so we know. Every data is first bundled with user wallet, and then the data that the clients store is nothing. There's nothing about like your name, your age, and every like personal data. It's just something about like the flag of the topics. So these users, these address read something about maybe NBA. So they will collect a gift or a token about NFT, about NBA, so something like this. And then with this, so user get the reward. But to the enterprise, it's something they can do. People say it's a token gateway. So the enterprise can use these kind of things to know the user's preference. So yep. So this is how it works and why it's GDPR compliant.
All right. Could you give us a little bit of a number, current users? You had a roadmap with, we skipped over it now, but where are you at now? I saw something 400 active rooms. What does that actually look like? What sort of, I saw some very nice statistics about longevity of interaction. What is this really based on?
I'll share the screen again because I think I can go back to this to here. So this is the register enterprise which implement our product on the website. So now we have around 35, and then it increased like a lot over the past months because we finally launched we call them the production. And about the active lobbies, now we have over 500 lobbies, which means an active lobby is it means that some people, some end user left their comment onto a specific page. That's how we call the active lobbies. So there's really something that the user leave onto the page, onto the product. So that's how we calculate it. Yep.
Maybe just to understand a little bit more on the market, who are your target users? Can you describe that audience, and how big is that market?
So basically, the user, of course, is the end user will be for everyone, because what we do is we let the client implement our product onto their product, and their end user will use our product. So the client will be, like I mentioned, the enterprise will rely on certain cookies and more, which means usually there will be digital media and the e-commerce. And about the digital media, we have there are several like 3 of the top 5 local media in Taiwan already become our client just over the past months, because we start reach out to them, and everyone feel like, oh yeah, there's something we need to try, because about the problem that we're resolving, basically they all have the same feeling about what we are doing. So yeah. So you can see that every enterprise relies on the e-commerce and the digital media will be our core the first stage of our core. Yeah.
And would you be able to tell me more about the founding team and your experience?
Because so I've been building social projects for 8 years, and all of the current member on the team, we have 5 people, and 3 of them are the former CTO and tech lead, who is another startup, and like later, he's actually a YC alumni, and he leads a team that does blockchain business since 2017, and now he joined us to build this to build everything. So basically, the core team, we are so technical. Even me, I'm also coding with all the team. So basically, if you have any question about have any technical question, I can answer all your question. So yeah, that's our team.
Thank you. I don't have more questions.
Thanks very much for that, Howie. Well, now move on to the next startup department. Can I get Gareth to share your screen?
Hey, good morning or good afternoon. Can you see my screen?
I think it's still loading, so we'll just give it a second. Okay, yeah, it's on now.
Okay, perfect. So thanks for having me. Imagine a world where every purchase becomes a gateway to a new dimension of customer engagement and brand loyalty, where ownership is redefined and relationships are reimagined. I'm Gareth Matthews, the CEO of Department. Department's about redefining post-purchase interactions through blockchain-enabled products. In a world filled with transactions, we empower brands to build lasting relationships with their customers. We're pioneers, shaping the future of brands, experiences, and their ecosystems through tokenizing culture. We help brands infuse their products with our technology to validate authenticity, unveil the inner workings of supply chain transparency, and seize control of secondary markets. And in doing so, we unlock new avenues to captivate and engage their customers through product-led marketing. We're not building a product, we're building the future of brand-consumer relationships. In today's market, businesses face formidable challenges, but within these challenges, light, sight, and opportunities. Brands pour billions into marketing, projected to reach a staggering 4.7 trillion by 2025, yet in a world overflowing with content and fierce competition, retaining loyalty has become increasingly difficult. Brands spent 3 times more to acquire a customer in 2022 than they did in 2013. This high competition for customers' attention leads for brands seeking new tactics. It's clear they need a fresh approach to offering value and meaningful relationships. Today's consumers, especially the newer generations, invest heavily in products that they buy. The clothes and accessories are no longer just possessions, they've become assets, COVID experiences, and cultural symbols. Yet for brands, capitalizing on these opportunities presents a unique set of challenges. At Department, we're dedicated to helping fashion, music, and entertainment brands tackle some of the industry's most pressing issues. Our mission is to empower brands to thrive in this new era where meaningful customer engagement, asset monetization, and authenticity are paramount. We're creating the building blocks for brands to adopt Web3 in a meaningful way, lowering the barriers to entry. Our solution utilizes blockchain, NFC, and IoT technologies to rethink transactions and interactions. Let's take a look at what we're building. Department hardware and consumer app. Best-in-class NFC technology embedded in wearables and accessed through a simple tap on your smart device, taking you to our app. Our phygital products are authenticated with digital twins linked via NFTs, and these are redeemed by the consumer at the time of registration, validating their membership and unlocking access to benefits. Built and backed on the blockchain, our hardware certifies origination and ownership of physical products. And interfacing with our application and connected with NFC, we allow brands to unlock new forms of value, experiences, and communications channels. Our chips can be securely programmed in large batches at speed and from anywhere in the world with our over-the-air updates. Interoperable and blockchain agnostic, we're building no-code tools and turnkey solutions to lower the barriers to entry and enable brands to embrace these technologies. Our platform will enable brands to create, manage, and analyze collections and their campaigns through our blockchain-enabled products. These are just some of the features that they'll include. Department's business model is meticulously crafted for global scalability, underpinned by diverse revenue streams that ensure continuous growth. Our goal is to democratize access to cutting-edge technologies and simplify adoption for brands. Our revenue streams encompass an array of offerings. Our hardware includes a versatile 13 to 30 millimeter chip embedded in hem tags, wristbands, and bespoke solutions to meet the needs of brands. Each unit is pre-programmed and blockchain ready, and prices range from affordable to premium depending on the volume and form factor as presented in the slide. Our powerful platform will offer a comprehensive suite of solutions, and as we expand, we're committed to enhancing it with bolt-on features and benefits. Our solution is tiered, meeting the needs of small to enterprise businesses, offering value for economies of scale, purchasing power for larger volumes of units. In addition to this, we're excited to introduce our exclusive brand collection. Our Genesis collection is already set in the stage. Looking ahead, our Department Essentials collection is set to captivate us in the new year. Each collection is a testament to our commitment to delivering exceptional products and experiences. We're not just building a product, we're creating a holistic ecosystem that fuels brand success and enriches customer engagement. Sorry, I didn't really load. Our team, it consists of industry experts with a deep understanding of culture, blockchain, technology. Together, we have the experience and passion to drive this success. Myself, with 15 years experience in marketing for brands and global agencies and a former music manager. Kadeem, our chief experience officer with 10 years as a hardware engineer, 5 years building solutions for live events, broadcasting, film, and extended reality. Nate, our CMO, is a marketing leader in the startup space, having launched complex B2B and B2C solutions. We also have our lead blockchain developer, formerly from ChainFuse and SushiSwap, Charles, as well as our front-end developer, Dragos, our design director, Jack, and our digital design director, Sun. As we look ahead, we envision a world where every purchase is not just a transaction, but the beginning of a journey. Department is at the forefront of this transformation, pioneering a new era of post-purchase engagement, and we invite you to join us on this journey. I welcome any questions. Thank you.
Thanks for that, Gareth. We'll now move into a time of question and answer. So Owen, do you answer?
Thank you. That was great. I'm a little bit unclear exactly what problem and pain points you are solving and for whom.
Okay.
You could elaborate a little bit.
So I think for us, we're really focused on kind of mid-sized business across fashion, music and entertainment. So really focus on fashion and entertainment first, whether it be live events, live music. And the problems that we're really solving is obviously the authenticity side of things on fashion, and also as well as ticketing counterfeiting. And in addition to that, also just customer engagement and loyalty. You know, having a product-led marketing approach is much more effective, in my belief, than, you know, a transactional email or something. Is a bit more engaging. It's a deeper form of engagement through rich media. So that's what we're trying to do to enable ultimately deeper relationships between brands and customers, as well as solving some of those core problems around, you know, counterfeit, tradability, supply chain transparency, and other problems within the sector.
And how do you differentiate yourself in this market, which is quite competitive, especially on the loyalty side and engagement side? Yeah,
Definitely.
I'd like to maybe hear.
There's a range of competitors out there, you know, whether it's counterfeit or loyalty or experiences. For us, we really see ourselves as a cultural driven first brand. So we want to tap into, you know, whether it's cultural fashion or music or events, so that we ultimately become, I guess, the premium lead brand, if you will, from a cultural perspective. So that's how we see ourselves differentiating ourselves on that perspective. But in addition to that, just creating superior products that are user-friendly, you know, ultimately give the best experiences. I think at the moment, everything's really focused on, you know, tech stack innovation, but no one's really thinking about how do we make this easy to onboard for brand managers or, you know, people that are not Web3 native. So I think that's one of our key differentiations, is onboarding the Web2 mass, if you will.
Mm-hmm. All right.
As it was
Thank
mentioned,
you.
sorry, yeah, great. As it was mentioned, there are, you know, the NFC, NFT logged authentication space. This has been around for some time now. Am I right in thinking that a differentiator here is the on-the-fly updates that I haven't really seen that much before, the IoT integration?
Exactly, yeah. So we've also built a consumer app, and that's we're
on the app, yeah. Okay, cool. And then, I mean, as you mentioned, right, you know, here the project will live and die by which brands you're going to be able to onboard. Can you tell us anything about some of the partnerships that you're working on or able to been able to explore already?
We're really early. We're still building the MVP for the SaaS solution. We're ultimately going to have to offer as a service. You know, with our experience and background and network, we've got great connections. So we've been, I guess, primarily having some discussions around what we can offer. But I think once we get to the point of building the MVP, we'll be able to roll it out. But I think, you know, brands across the music space and then small to medium-sized fashion brands that are really like culturally driven, and I guess integrating those things. So having that activation between a fashion brand, a musician, and an experience, so that we can really demonstrate best in class of what our technology can do.
Could you just say again, sorry, the size of the chip, like what's the burden for a designer, industrial designer, or a product designer to integrate something like this into their products?
Standard off the shelf, we can do it between 13 and 30 millimeter, but we can also do bespoke solutions, but that will be at larger quantities, and we can also design the casing. So for example, the glasses that I'm wearing, they also have chips inside them. There's a small aluminium piece here, which has been crafted specifically for this product. And we manufactured the chips at size to fit in the eyewear, which was quite a feat. Not easy. But yeah, ultimately trying to offer standard off-the-shelf solutions that could go into clothing, wristbands, but then there will be more bespoke solutions for brands that would require that.
Right on. Thanks.
Thanks very much for that, Owen and Jamatsa. Are there any other questions? All right, awesome.
Not on my side.
All right, great. So we'll move on to the final pitching team now, Adam from OX KYC. Before we bring him on, I just want to remind the judges to fill in the scores on the score sheet so that we're able to tabulate and announce our top 2 teams by the end of the event. All right. Adam, can I get you to maybe come on and share your screen?
Hello. Sure.
Hi.
Let me know if you can see it.
Yeah, looks good.
Fantastic. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, whenever.
Hello, everyone. We are 0x KYC, and we provide an anti-bot, anti-duplicate account biometrics verification for Discord and Web3. We have currently already partnered with Onfido, one of the world's biggest identity verification protocols. We are working with Polygon ID as an identity collaborator, and even will be on a panel together with them early next month in Milan. And we have live clients on production with Insert Stonks, a Web3 game studio with 25K users and 50 distinguished games. We have raised capital from Outlier Ventures and Bufficorn Ventures. And Bufficorn Ventures is Eve Denver Spork DAO investment arm, which means that we'll be doing activation at next year's Eve Denver conference, as well as we have finalized an angel round, including Celestia CTO and the UK banking regulator, amongst other angels. And what we built is a privacy-preserving way to verify uniqueness on-chain. This means that your face is a unique identifier that we put on-chain, and on the basis of that, you can make sure that one user only has one vote in a DAO, or one user only gets one airdrop. Here is our team. MG, our tech lead, distinguished engineer, my co-founder and CTO, Dylan, worked on projects like MoonPay and Meld, and myself personally graduated DLSE and also built KYC systems for multiple banks, including legalizing and designing the first mobile banking onboarding system in Belgium. This is our wider team. We're a total of 6 full-time engineers. Bartosz was working with me together in Vodeno on the multi-bank parameterization system, which enabled us to launch in Poland quickly and currently also in Germany. And we have Alicia, our head of operations, Sebastian, our front-end engineer, who before was a 3-time Polish champion in judo, and we have a bigger part-time team for sales and engineering. We also have a very low burn rate, and our target market currently is Web3 gaming. We're already in talks with Splinterlands, have a couple of games that are currently implementing, including Galaxia, that's also visible here on the presentation. We are also able to verify sanctions for our users. So essentially the problem we solve is people are opening multiple accounts to circumvent the game's verification mechanisms, and then to receive additional rewards, and then to sell them on the market, which ruins the game. And interestingly, the average lifespan of a Web3 game is just 1 to 2 months, and there are over 1 million daily active wallets currently in on-chain games, which is quite a lot. And Zynga Sugar Time just released, and their NFTs are going crazy. So not financial advice, but please take a look at this. And basically, our solution works on the basis that each face we assign a unique identifier number, and we put this number on chain, as well as are able to send it via API. So our target audience is not actually limited to Web3 games, it's games in general, as well as our Discord bot is also doing verification if you have just one account in each particular server. This is useful for giveaways because you can be ensured that one person only gets one discount code, etc., and so on and so forth. Here is the view of the process. If you go from our client Insert Stonks, so you click the 0x KYC button, click verify yourself, move your head left to right, and it's done. And you're verified on chain and a token is minted. The whole process lasts less than 30 seconds. Here is details of our technology, how it works. We're able to mint zero-knowledge proofs on chain to verify sanctions. And here's our roadmap that ends up with a one-click KYC on the basis of biometrics for users that are already verified to be compliant with MiCA and travel rule at the end of the year. This is why we are creating this presentation. This is why we're raising these funds. There is not so much competition in the biometrics only flow, namely WorldCoin and Anima by Synapse are the 2 major ones, with WorldCoin not having some issues solved as well as we do, because particularly you're able to re-verify yourself at the palm of your hand with your phone with facial biometrics, which can re-verify in critical points your basically user verification, whereas with WorldCoin, you have to use the orb. The market is huge and it's getting bigger quickly. So it's a nascent market with free gaming. We have good margins and they're going to get better. We have multiple clients lined up already and integrated. We're raising 800K on a $6.9 million post-money valuation, and we already have soft commitments for up to 700,000. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much for that, Adam. Owen and Vansa will now move into a time of Q&A. If you have any questions, please go ahead.
Go ahead, Gavansa.
Yes, I guess my question is, would you be able to describe the user flow and how is it actually working? I know there was a page there that you showed, but maybe a little bit more detail.
Sure, let's say you're at a website of a Web3 game. You requested to get verified. So you click the button Get Verified. Then you're redirected to our website and you have to click Start the process. You're asked about your tax residency, which is a declarative question. We also verify your IP for the purpose, or our partner Onfido actually verifies your IP if you're not in the sanctioned country. And then you have to show your face left and right like this. Click OK, and this results in minting of a token on chain. Or if it's an API connection, it goes directly to the API, and you're redirected back to the game ready to play.
And is this token then usable? Can I then use it for another game, or I have to do this verification in a game? Like, how does it work?
It's reusable for up to a year for all games.
Right. So your solution is interoperable.
Yes.
Okay, got you. And how do you monetize?
So for API, we charge per check on the B2B basis. And for on-chain verifications, we charge the end users $1 per check.
Okay. Any revenue numbers so far?
So far, we made $4,000 from our solution for DAO Global Hackathon win for one user, one vote. But for revenues, we would have made a couple $100 so far from our clients. We made over 1,000 verifications to date. We're just starting our marketing efforts, started end of last month, and are launching our Discord bot to ramp up our sales outreach. But the bigger problem that we face currently is exactly the outreach to potential clients rather than the product development itself. So this is what we're also fundraising for. And we're planning to use our Discord army. We'll be basically gamifying our Discord moderators to reach out to other projects and other Discord moderators with our Discord bot. And also doing mass email campaign targeting games, and not only Web3 games, because we believe most of our target clients are going to come actually via the B2B API version.
Got you. Understood. Thank you.
How are Web3 games going to raise any capital if they can no longer claim duplicate and bot traffic as their user base?
We got it. We got an answer to this. So we don't actually, except for tournaments where you do want to block users from accessing them without verification, where currently they actually use full KYC data sometimes, which is not only cumbersome from GDPR perspective, but also cumbersome from users. So we streamline this process. Since our verifier is not actually the biometric data, we kind of abstract the data away. And for other games, let's say if we were to implement in Splinterlands, which we're currently working on, this will be a tough process because we'll have to go through a DAO vote. But this is a huge game with tens of thousands of dollars, even daily, possibly for us. Then the process is as follows: that we would actually encourage that if you're verified, your rewards are multiplied, but you're not blocked from playing. This would skew the game economics towards real users versus farmers. So this is, so you keep the high numbers of the out accounts in your game, because obviously this is something the games want to keep high for investors, for players, but I also want to keep their economics in check, so to ensure longevity of the game.
Good answer. Good answer. Could you talk a little bit about data security for biometric data?
Sure. So the biometric data is held securely in Onfido, and we only hold on our side a reference point, prospect ID, so to speak. And we also went through a soft security audit. I've built these systems for banks, so we purposely don't store this data on our side. We are compliant with GDPR, CCPA, and the Biometrics Act. And that's why the verification is only valid for a year, as well as it is possible for our users to request their data and to get it deleted, at which point we no longer attest that particular wallet or that particular user. And this is also a huge benefit of using us versus implementing your own biometric solution, because particularly we do all the heavy lifting of compliance on our side.
Thank you.
All right. Owen, Javansa, any more questions?
I think that's good for me.
Not
Thanks.
from my side.
All right. It was good for us as well. Thanks so much, Adam. We'll now I invite Albert on, and he'll bring us into close the event and make some announcements as well.
All right, awesome. Thank you everyone for pitching. Thanks again, Owen and Fanta, for your comments for the pitching teams. Well, Melissa recap today's pitch. I would like to take your attention to our newest accelerator program. It's called Adrenaline Program, where we will supercharge the Web3 startups within 6 weeks. So the application deadline is September 30th, and we will start the batch at October 16th. The program will run for 6 weeks. We'll provide mentorship, funding for next generation business models, and we also provide access to our network. We're interested with any kind of blockchain-based business models, and you can absolutely participate in this program everywhere, from anywhere, because it's fully remote and it's fully free. So make sure to scan this QR code if you're interested to find out more about the program. And on top of that, we will also have an AMS session tomorrow. Melissa, could you please? Yes. So tomorrow we'll have an AMS session with our Director of Investment, Mark Cheng, at 11 a.m. So stay tuned. And if you have any further questions, do join the program, do join the session, and then feel free to ask any questions you have. With that said, I look forward to having anyone interested joining the program. And right now, I think we're ready with the top 2.
Yes, Albert. Give me a second to bring them on. So we'd like to thank our judges, Owen and Javansa, for being on top of scoring the teams, asking questions as well. I think it's definitely not easy to coordinate all of that going on at once. So we just want to thank them. And so now I'll be sharing my screen, and we will have the top 2 teams. So we're happy to share that top 2 teams are OX KYC in first place, followed by Safechain. So congratulations, both teams. You impressed us the most today with your pitch and according to the rubrics that we have. And we're really happy that, you both have done so well today. We'd like to thank our 2 judges, our participating startups, our viewers on YouTube for spending the past hour with us and for making this event so successful. So just want to congratulate the 2 teams. And now moving on to the final notes and closing. If you would like to attend future editions, you can join us, stay in touch with us. And if you'd like to get in touch with any of the pitching startups, you can email Albert or myself. So my email is over there. The event recording will be available on YouTube, and the link will be sent to all participants after the event. So our next event edition is in October. We have got 4 teams on as well, so it will be similar to this. We also have a post-event survey that you can scan and complete if you'd like to leave feedback, and maybe let us know if there are things that you would like to see more of in future editions. So with not much else, I would like to thank everybody, and I'll be closing the event. So bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Nice job.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye.